The air smelled of burnt incense and old paper as I stepped into Gaza's dimly lit study. Dust motes floated in the slanted sunlight, and my fingers trembled as I clutched the Bible. Gaza, a man with eyes like cracked obsidian, leaned back in his creaking chair. "Have you even read the Christian Bible?" I asked, my voice barely steady, his silence stretched like a wire. "No," he finally rasped. "Read it to me." The pages crackled as I flipped to Matthew. My throat tightened. "Why take ye thought for raiment? Consider the lilies of the field." Gaza's gaze pierced me as I recited the verses. "They toil not, neither do they spin." His fingers drummed the desk, each tap echoing like a heartbeat. "Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these," I continued. Outside, a dog howled, long, mournful. Gaza's lips twitched. "Take no thought for the morrow," I finished, the words hanging heavy. He leaned forward, shadows carving his face. "Whoever uttered those words," he muttered, "I consider an enlightened man." A chill crept up my spine. His tone wasn't admiration, it was a challenge. What game is this? He gestured for me to keep reading. My pulse quickened. "Ask, and it shall be given." The room felt smaller, the walls leaning in. Gaza's breath hitched. "Seek, and ye shall find." A floorboard creaked behind me. I spun, but nothing stirred. When I turned back, Gaza's eyes gleamed. "Knock, and it shall be opened," I whispered. His voice cut through the stillness. "That is excellent." He stood abruptly, chair screeching. "Whoever said that is not far from Buddhahood?" My knuckles whitened around the Bible. Is he mocking scripture? The air hummed with something unspoken, dangerous. "You see," he said, circling the desk, "in life, your life." His hand brushed my shoulder and I flinched. "If you asketh, receiveth." His whisper felt like a blade at my neck. "If you're truly honest with yourself." A clock ticked somewhere, too loud. "You'll always receive the right answer." I swallowed hard, "and what you seek, you'll find." His words coiled around me, suffocating. Is this a lesson or a threat? The Bible trembled in my grip. Gaza smirked as if reading my thoughts. "Man is what man thinks about," he said, "no matter what religion you follow." Wind rattled the window pane. Gaza's voice dropped. "There's something about being real. Honest." His finger tapped the Bible. "A pure heart." My mind raced. Is he testing my faith? "Don't wear your religion in your clothes," he hissed, "or your beard." He yanked open a drawer, metal screeching, and pulled out a rusted key. "Wear it here." He pressed the key to his chest, over his heart. My breath caught. "This," he tossed the key onto the desk, "is there to do." The key glinted, ominous. To do what? Before I could ask, he vanished into the shadows. I stared at the key, its teeth jagged like a predator's grin. The room's temperature plummeted. Distant laughter echoed, hollow, mocking. I pocketed the key, its cold weight burning through my jeans. Gaza's voice slithered from the dark. "Motivation stories. Aren't they pretty?" My legs wobbled as I stumbled toward the door. "Wait." His command froze me. "You'll return." Not a question. A decree. I fled, the Bible clutched to my chest. Outside, the sky had turned bruise purple. Thunder growled. What did I just step into? The key pulsed in my pocket, alive, hungry. Rain lashed my face as I ran. The key's edges dug into my thigh, a relentless reminder. Gaza's words looped in my mind. "Wear your religion in your heart." Lightning split the sky. For a heartbeat, I saw figures, hooded, faceless, lining the road. I blinked, and they were gone. My dorm loomed ahead, its windows dark. Inside, I fumbled with the lock. The key slipped from my fingers, clattering. I froze. No, not the rusted key, but there it lay, gleaming on the floor. My own key was still in my hand. How? The air smelled of ozone and decay. I left the key on the desk, eyeing it like a live grenade. Sleep refused to come. At 3 a.m., whispers seeped through the walls. "Asketh, seeketh." I jerked upright. The key glowed faintly, casting jagged shadows. "Stop," I hissed. The glow intensified. A low hum filled the room, vibrating my bones. I reached for it, bad idea, but my hand moved on its own. The moment my skin touched metal, visions erupted. A labyrinth of stone, a faceless crowd chanting, Gaza at the center, arms raised. "Knock and it shall be opened," I screamed, and woke on the floor, drenched in sweat. Dawn bled through the curtains. The key sat innocently on the desk. My phone buzzed. An unknown number. "Meet me at the docks. Midnight. G." My hands shook. "Delete it." But my thumb hovered. The key pulsed, synchronizing with my heartbeat. Boom, boom, boom. I threw on clothes, desperate to escape. In the library, I scoured Gospels, Sufi poetry, Buddhist texts, anything to decode Gaza's game. A footnote in Matthew snagged me. Beware false prophets, wolves in sheep's clothing. The page crumpled in my fist. Midnight. The docks reeked of salt and rot. Fog clung to the piers, swallowing sound. Gaza stood at the edge, silhouette blurred. "You came," he said. "No mockery now." His voice trembled. "Why?" I demanded. He turned. His eyes were hollow, terrified. "They're coming." Waves crashed. "Who?" He gripped my arm. "The ones who spin, the ones who toil." A horn blared in the harbor. Gaza shoved a frayed journal into my hands. "Read. Run." Then he stepped backward, off the dock. I lunged, grabbing air. The journal's first page hissed. "Consider the lilies. They do not spin, but the spiders do." The journal's pages stuck together, damp with seawater or blood. I sprinted, Gaza's final scream echoing. Spiders. The word throbbed in my skull. Behind me, skittering, a sound like needles on stone. I didn't look back. The dorm door slammed, lock engaged. Under lamplight, the journal revealed sketches. Lilies choked by webs, a spire labeled Solomon's Snare. A photo slipped out, Gaza, decades younger, beside a man who looked like him. Twin? Father? The caption, "They take what you seek. They spin what you ask." My breath hitched. The key burned hotter, searing my desk's wood. Midnight again. The keys hummed deafening. I fitted into the journal's lock-shaped etching. Pages reshuffled, revealing a map, the university's chapel marked with an X. Gravel crunched underfoot as I crept inside. Moonlight stained the pews bone white. The X pointed to a confessional. Inside, a compartment held a vial of ash and a note, "Sprinkle. See." Hands trembling, I scattered the ash. The walls melted, replaced by a cavern dripping with webs. Figures writhed inside cocoons. Students, professors, Gaza's twin. A voice hissed, "You asked, now receive." The cocoons pulsed. Gaza's twin lunged, silk snapping. "Run," he gurgled. I stumbled back, but the vial glowed. A shield? The spiders retreated, clicking furiously. "Take it," the twin gasped, thrusting a lily pendant into my hand. "Break the spire." The vision dissolved. I stood in the confessional, pendant searing my palm. Chapel bells tolled 3 a.m. The journal's new page, "Solomon's Snare lies beneath." My phone lit up, photos deleted, contacts gone. Only Gaza's final text remained. "They know you're here." The key vibrated, pointing downward. Basement. Rats scuttled as I pried open the basement door. The pendant glowed, revealing a hidden staircase. Each step groaned. Below, a chamber sprawled, walls carved with lilies and spiders. At the center, a stone spire. Gaza's voice echoed. "They spin reality. Rewrite it." The pendant fit into the spire. A click. The floor split, unveiling a pit of writhing silk. "You," a chorus hissed. Spider-leg priests emerged, robes glistening. "You seek truth," their leader crooned. "Then become it." Silk shot toward me. I slashed with the key, threads dissolving. "Solomon's dead," I screamed. "Your lies die tonight." The spire flared. Lily light consumed the webs, the priests shrieking into smoke. The chamber trembled. I ran, rubble nipping my heels. Above ground, dawn blushed the sky. The journal disintegrated, ash swirling into Gaza's face. He smiled, really smiled. "You wore it in your heart," he whispered, fading. The pendant cooled, just a trinket now. Back in my room, the key rusted to dust. News reports buzzed. Mass hallucinations grip campus. Bizarre web-like residue. I thumbed the lily pendant. Ask, seek, knock. Gaza's final lesson etched deeper than fear. I opened the Bible again. "Consider the lilies," my voice steadied. Outside, spiders fled the light.